All right, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening again. No, we'll discuss today about the BSP or the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. No, so ano bang ibig sabihin ng BSP? No, or ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng Central Bank of the Philippines? No, today our discussion is about number one. We'll discuss about introduction to the BSP, also about the BSP objectives, the BSP functions, the monetary policy instruments, the recent performance for last year, sino ba yung BS governor or who are the BSP governors, their org structure, the BSP role in economic stability, and about conclusions. Sige, let's start tayo. No? So, in terms of the BSP, no, established on January 3 of 1949 and re-established on July 3 of 1993 under the new Central Bank Act, no? So Republic Act number 7653. So siya ay headquarters or BSP headquarters is in the BSP complex, Ross Boulevard, Manila, no? So what is their mandate, no? So their mandate is to maintain the price stability conducive to a balanced and sustainable economic growth. By the way, this is pala the old uh, symbol or sorry, the old logo of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Ito na yung bago ngayon, class. This is the new one, the logo of the BSP. No? Or by the way, what is the what is the BSP objective or the primary objective? Ang sabi, to maintain price stability conducive to a balanced and sustainable economic growth. Ulit-ulit ha. Maintain price stability conducive to a balanced and sustainable economic growth. And what are their secondary objectives? Number one, promote and preserve monetary stability, followed by ensure the convertibility of the national currency, followed by promote a sound and efficient financial system. Number four, foster a stable and efficient payment and settlement system. And the last one is to ensure the integrity of the Philippine peso. So please take note of the last no, integrity of the Philippine peso. What are the BSP functions? Number one, monetary policy implementations to formulate and implement policies to influence monetary supply and interest rates. So yan yung pinaka number one no, as part of their monetary policy. Followed by currency issuance, no? Exclusive authority to issue foreign or the Philippine currency. O, di ba class ngayon, bago na ang logo natin sa ating pera. Hindi na our national heroes, no? Puro na mga hayop. Hindi hayop, ano, animals. Okay. Why? Sabi ng BSP, because of the new generation currency or the NGC series. With the NGC series or the new generation currency series, it refers to the set of banknotes introduced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the Central Bank of the Philippines as part of its currency modernization and security enhancement effort. So, yan pala ang reason, no? Modernization and the security enhancement effort. And with this, ang sabi, ito yung una ha, unang nilabas. Launch, NGC series was first introduced on December of 2010, the time of Pinoy pa, no? With the gradual issuance of redesigned bills starting on 2011. Kaya lang, the time of Digong, the new generation currency enhanced series or NGC was later released starting in 2017 with the further updates of the design and security features. Dati, national heroes. Pero the time of Digong, binago niya, naging mga animals na. Okay. So, denomination, the NDC series includes the following banknotes of 20 pesos, 50 pesos, 100, 200, 500, and 1,000. Ito yung unang design, na verse, portraits of our national heroes and key historical figures. Reverse naman, images of iconic Philippine natural wonders. Kaya lang ngayon, the design now will emphasize national identity, cultural, and biodiversity. So bago na, yun na yung ating mga animals, no? Or some of the endemic flora and fauna. Alright. So, bakit ganun, no? So, because we want also to improve our security. Security measures, enhance anti-counterfeiting measures, such as security fibers, watermarks, security threads, holographic patches on a higher denomination, tactile marks for the visually impaired or added to enhance. So, at least yung mga ating mga visually impaired, no, malalaman nila kung yan ay 1,020 pesos. So, there would also be advantages. Okay. Of course, advantages yan, or advantage. Then, with the material update, the polymer version of 1,000 banknote was introduced 2 years ago, 2022, marking a shift towards durable, environmental friendly banknotes. It also features new design focusing on our Philippine eagle. Yes. What else? Purpose of the NGC series to strengthen, number one, to strengthen the integrity of the Philippine currency, to improve the durability, usability, and security, to reflect national symbols and the achievements more efficiently. So, yan ang purpose of the NGC series. Bakit tayo nagkakaroon, no, of this? So, yan. So, that would be, no, the NGC series, no, or the new generation currency. Okay. Number two function, provide emergency liquidity to financial institutions. Again, BSP to our banking industry. Hindi BSP patungo sa atin, no? Hindi okay. So nagbibigay siya ng siguro emergency or loans sa ating bangko. Okay, what else? Number four, supervision, no? Okay, so financial supervision. It regulates also and supervise banks and non-banks, institutions, and quasi-functions. Okay, so bank examiner din, no? So sila yung nag-examine, particularly for our institutions. Okay, it regulates and supervise banks. Okay, what else? Number five, it also management and of foreign reserves, maintain and sufficient international reserves. Yung mga gold natin, sila din yung nagbebenta niyan. Gold and other currency. Okay? What else? Exchange rate policy. Determine and implement exchange rate policy. Yes. So, foreign exchange naman yan, no? So, nag-regulate ng ating foreign. Dati karas walang ganun, ha? But now, there would be a foreign exchange rate. Okay, what else? Number seven, act as official depository and financial advisor of the government. Ano tawag doon? Government banker. Kanina pala is known as exchange rate policy. Okay. So, the BSP monetary policy instruments. Ano yung mga instruments natin? We have open market operations, buying and selling government securities to regulate money supply. We have also discount rate policy, as discussed kanina, seeing the interest rates or setting the interest rates for loans to financial institutions. We have reserve requirements, determining the minimum reserves such as bank must hold. We have foreign exchange operations, intervening in the foreign exchange market to stabilize the peso. We have term deposit facility offering term deposits to manage liquidity, and we have repurchase agreement. So that's engaging repurchase agreement to adjust banking liquidity. Okay. So, yan yung mga part of the BSP instruments. Okay. Ano pa? Ano yung recent performance, okay, in the BSP? Ang sabi, in 2004 or 2024, sorry, is net income daw ay tumaas ng 113.6 billion. Significant increase from 23.3 billion. No? Ang laki niyan. In the same period as 2023. Ano yung factors? Factors are higher interest income, profits from gold, sales, and global price. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, nagbebenta po ang BSP ng gold. Kung pupunta kayo doon, you can buy gold. Okay? And also, we have balance payments, no? Surplus USD, 2.12 billion, a 30% decrease, okay, from USD in the same period of 2023. And also, current account deficit projected to narrow to a USD 10.4 billion, diba? With a 2.2 GDP in 2024. Class, may tanong sa akin, no, sa klase. Is meaning to say sila ay GOCC? Hindi po. Nakataon lang sila ay nagbebenta ng gold and to have higher interest income. Kaya malaki po ang kanilang income. Again, hindi sila GOCC, ha? Okay. Ulit lang. Who is the BSP governor? BSP governor is Eli Remolona. Okay? So, Eli Remolona since July 3 of 2023. So, formerly part of Federal Reserve Bank of New York and the Bank of International Settlement, no? Also serves as ex-officio chairman of the Anti-Money Laundering Council. Class, di ba, if you notice, no? Sa dyaryo pa lang, siya yung pinakamataas na sweldo sa buong Pilipinas, no? Na? Sana BSP governor na lang kayo, no? Okay. So, sino yung kanilang mga BSP governors? So, deputy governors pala, sorry. So, Francisco Daquila Jr., Chuchi Fonacier, Mamerto Tongonan, Eduardo Bobier, and Bernadette Romulo Puyat. So, sila yung mga deputy governors. Okay. Ano pa? Sino yung mga monetary policy, no? So, magkaiba yung class sa So, sila naman yung monetary board member. From left to right, Romeo Bernardo, Anita Linda Aquino, Benjamin Jokno, our previous BSP governor. Of course, our BSP coordinator, Eli Remolona, Bruce Tolentino, and Rosalia De Leon. So, sila lang naman yung ating BSP monetary board member. Okay, di ba? Okay. So, ito naman yung mga naging BSP governors, no? So, yan, later we will know each. So, sino-sino yan. Kilala ko lang dyan, si Espinilla, Benjamin Jokno, no? Yan. So, sino-sino ba yung ating BSP governors? Si Miguel Cuaderno Sr., 1949 to 1960. Andres Castillo, 1961 to 1967. We have Alfonso Calalang, 68 to 1970. Gregorio Licaros, 1970 to 1981. Jaime Silaya, 1981 to 1984. Papanganak ko na, 1984. So, Jose B. Fernandez Jr., 1984 to 1990. Jose Elquicias Jr., 1990 to 1993. Right? So, sino pa? Next one is Gabriel Singson, yan, mga naabot naman na yan. Gabriel Singson, mga familiar names, no? 1993 to 1999. Rafael Benaventura, 1999 to 2005. Armando Tetanco Jr., 2005 to 2017. Nestor Espinilla Jr., 2017 to 2019. Then Jose or Benjamin Jokno, March 4 of 2019, yan nga, to 2022. We have Felipe Medalla, 2022 to 2023. And the last one, again, our current is Eli Remolona Jr. from 2023 to the present. Okay. So ano ba ginagawa nila? They will act, they are part of the monetary board, the policy making body, okay? The policy making body of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and also will act as the monetary and economic sector, formulates and implements the monetary policy, and also financial supervision, overseas banks, as discussed kanina, no? And non-bank institutions, payment and currency management sector, manages the currency, issuance, and the payment system. Corporate service sector, it will also handle financial and physical resources. Regional operations, advocacy sectors, manages regional operations and consumer advocacy. Okay, so yan yung mga ginagawa, no, ng ating BSP governors and BSP deputy governors. So, in terms of the organization structure, pinaka-importante dyan, class, yung digitalization and innovation. Supports also digital payment system like QRPH, InstaPay, PesoNet, okay? Exploring also central bank digital currency. Mamaya, we will discuss about CBDC. And also encourages fintech innovation. So, ang dami pala, ha? Ginagawa. Because of our technology, diba? Lumalaki na yung ating technology now. Okay. So, in terms of digitalization and innovation, BSP's vision is promote also cash-like, financial, inclusive, and resilient economy. So, ang sabi nila, to digitalize 50% of the retail payments or to expand also inclusions of it and strengthen the cybersecurity and trust in a digital finance. Okay. So, in terms of digitalization, digital payment system supported by the BSP. Sino yan? QRPH. So, National QR Code Standard or enables fast and secure peer-to-peer and merchant payment finance. We have InstaPay, real-time, low-value electronic fund transfer, 24/7 for retail. So InstaPay ay for low value lang, while PesoNet malalaki. Batch processing of high value and alternative to checks and interbank. Noon class, sabi ko, ano pa kakaiba ng InstaPay and PesoNet? InstaPay real-time. PesoNet, it takes po 1 day or depende sa clearing. Yung pa lang, InstaPay, may amount lang na maliit. Pero PesoNet, mga malaking amount. Yun yung reason nila. Ha? Okay. Next one. Okay. Another term for, another part of their role is about exploring central bank digital currency. Ano naman to? Central bank digital currency is a digital form of the country's national currency issued and regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. It is a digital version of physical cash like coins and also banknotes. but issued electronic form only, making it a government-backed legal tender offer. Again, ito ay wala pa meron na. Pero ano pa lang tayo, exploration pa lang, no? Okay. So, yan. So, yan yung ating plano. Okay, so in terms of this features, so sino yung issuer niya? Central Bank of the Philippines. Legal tender, yes. CBDCs, Central Bank Digital Currency, recognized as an official currency. And digital format naman, exists electronically, not as a physical cash. And of course, backed by the Central Bank of the Philippines. Fully backed by the Central Bank Reserve. Okay. So, ano yung types of CBDC? Okay? So, you have retail and wholesale. Para wala nang cash-cash na binabayad. No? So, in terms of CBDC, used by individuals and business for daily transactions and could be accessed via digital wallets or banking applications. For example, paying for groceries or bills using CBDC. So, through your cell phone, ano na lang yan, swipe na lang. And we have wholesale or known as the CBDC for the institutions, no, use banks, interbank settlement, and a large-scale transaction. It also improves efficiency and security in the financial system. Okay. So with this, as part of the exploration or exploring central bank, ano naman yung mga benefits na yan, no? So benefits, of course, inclusions in finance, helps people without bank account access digital payments. Kahit wala kang ganun, makakaano ka, di ba? Secure and traceable, reduce risk of fraud and money laundering. We will discuss more about AMLA soon. No? Efficient transactions, faster and cheaper transfers, even across the borders. Yes, that's ibang bansa, pwede. Support for digital economy, encourages innovation and digital adoption. And the last one is to reduce reliance on cash. Alam niyo ba, class, ako ay nasa ibang bansa. So, I came lang from Malaysia. Ako ay through GCash, no? Madali na. I use GCash or nag-withdraw ako through GCash. I use GCash. Maganda ang GCash class, no? I'm not promoting, pero okay. And, kaya lang, again, ito ay may risk. Cybersecurity, privacy concerns, and impact on banks. Ano yan? Cybersecurity, need strong protection against hacking. Yes. Primary concerns must balance transparency and confidentiality. Yes. And also the impact of this, no, on banks could disrupt traditional banking models. Yes. So, pwedeng ma-disrupt yung ating banking models, no? Alright? And the impact on banks naman could disrupt traditional banking models. Yes. So, pwede ma-disrupt yung ating banking models na tinatawag. Okay. Naulit lang. Next one. So, kaya lang, ano ba nangyayari sa Pilipinas? No? CBDCs in the Philippines is known as Project Aguila. Okay? So, anong Project Aguila? The BSP's pilot project for the wholesale CBDC launch in 2024. It focuses on interbank, cross-border, and larger value payment. Status still in exploratory testing. Retail CBDC is not yet implemented. Yan ang pangit sa Pilipinas. Wala pa pala. Still exploring. So, next one is about financial inclusions and education. So, very important is what you call education. No? So, promotes access to banking for underserved sectors, conducts financial literacy program, and supports the microfinance and inclusive growth. So, in terms of this, no, so program. So to have summarize it, no? So paleng QR, so parang palengke yan, no? So target mo ay vendors and drivers, key benefits digital payments. We have also your credit surety fund or lending surety fund, yes, cooperative and MSMEs and collateral free loans. We have MSME lending relief or small business access to credit during calamity or crisis. We have agent banking, rural community. Mamaya we will discuss more about rural banks soon. Then we have, key benefits of it is that nearby banking access, and also we have institutions, no? So, educations, no? Like farmers and entrepreneurs and improve money management. So we'll discuss more about this soon, no? Then also, BSP in the global context, dapat meron din no? Coordinates also with the IMF, World Bank, and ASEAN, or respond to the global financial data or trends and crisis, and ensures the Philippines aligns with international banking standards. So dapat tayo ay align with our banking industry sa global. So benefits of it, stability, crisis management, trade investment, innovations, and capacity building. So in terms of the stability, it manages external shocks or strengthen regulation. In crisis management naman, access to global support, trade investment, maintains a currency and investors' confidence. We have innovation, keeps space the global fintech and digital currency and capacity building, gains knowledge, tools, and global best practices. So yan yung mga best P in the global context. Ano pa? So in the BSP, in the role of economic stability naman, inflation targeting, ang sabi nila, it aims lang to 2% to 4% range lang. Pag mataas, medyo pangat na. Interest rate adjustment modifies monetary or policy rates to influence our economic policy. We have here liquidity management, ensures adequate liquidity in the financial system. We have exchange rate stability, intervenes in the foreign exchange market to stabilize the peso. So, ang dami ha. We have also financial system supervision, maintains a sound and resilient financial system. Okay? So, yan yung mga role niya sa BSP in the economic stability. We have also your role naman sa Philippine economy. Promotes economic growth and employment, stabilizes prices and currency exchange rates, and build trust in the financial system. So, paano yun? So, number one, overview of it, overview of the BSP policies to major economic like inflation, GDP, and employment. So, with inflation, the primary goal is the price stability. So, in the inflation, targeting, again, 2 to 4%, as discussed kanina. Since 2002, BSP has adopted inflation targeting regime where it sets explicit inflation targets currently at 2 to 4% lang. No? Huwag na magpas dyan, ako, medyo mahirap. Hindi tayo okay sa performance. Then we have primary goal, again, for inflation is the price stability. So policies, monetary policy instruments, interest rates. When the BSP main tool is to overnight reverse repurchase agreement or rate, it adjusts these rates to control. Again, if the inflation is high, ano gagawin ng BSP? It will increase the rates sa interest para ma-reduce ang ating spending and borrowing. Common sense, di ba? Kung mababa naman yung inflation, bababaan nila ang interest para madaming bumili. Because of spending kasi, government spending ay lumalaki. Gumaganda yung ating economy. Again, inflation is high, BSP may increase the rates. Inflation is low, you may cut the rates para madaming maka-afford to stimulate the economy. Okay? So we have also your policies, no, in the money policy instruments as discussed kanina. We have open market operations. We buy or sell government securities, no, to influence money supply. We have reserve requirement, adjusting the reserve ratio for a banks to influence liquidity and lending and borrowing facilities used to manage short-term liquidity in the banking system. Class, number one yun ha. Number one is about inflation. Number two naman ay GDP or the gross domestic product. Ito ay indirect influence, no, via monetary stability. So policies, BSP does not directly target the GDP growth, indirectly nga eh. But inflation is, no, it through monetary policy that maintains low and stable inflation which supports the predictable economic conditions. And interest rate adjustment is to stimulate, cool down the economy depending on the growth outlook. And the last one is the credit and liquidity support, especially during economic shocks, example, COVID-19, measures such as monetary easing, and we have your bank support. No? So, yan yung mga part. No? Yan. Ano pa? BSP does not directly target the GDP growth, but in inflation, no? Again, monetary policy that maintains low and stable inflation which supports the predictable economic conditions. We have also your interest rate adjustment to stimulate or cool down the economic depending on the growth outlook, and we have credit and liquidity support during the pandemic. No? So, yan. So, bibigyan tayo ng economic, no, parang support. Okay? Number 3 is all about employment. Ano naman yung employment? Supportive role lang, not a primary target sa BSP in the economy. Ha? So, BSP does not have an implicit employment mandate like the US Federal Reserve System. By the way, ano yung US Federal Reserve System? Yan yung central bank ng US. Okay? US Federal Reserve System is the central bank. Sa atin naman ay ang tawag ay Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So, in the US, but in inflation, targeting, and financial stability, goals support employment indirectly lang tayo. No? So, paano yun? Through stable prices, we promote business confidence and investment which drives job creation. Low interest rates also, when appropriate, can stimulate demand and help reduce unemployment and to support also the SMEs, no, the small medium enterprise through financial inclusions and improve access to credit. Okay? Summarize all of this, no? So ito yun, inflation, primary target, no, in the economy. Policy focus of the BSP. Main tools, interest rates, open market, operations, reserve requirements. We have also GDP, the gross domestic product. We have indirect target naman to through monetary stability, credit facilitation. In terms naman of employment, supportive role lang tayo. Okay? Yung employment, inflation control, interest rates, and inclusion. So, pinaka-goal talaga ng BSP ay inflation, no? To reduce inflation. Then, additional measures also for the GDP, inflation, and employment is about inclusions in finance, no? Initiative, digital payments, banking, help broaden economic participation, and access to jobs. And the last one is about consumer protection and education. So, very important is about education para tayo ay maging literate. Okay? Contribute to a more stable and inclusive growth. Okay. Conclusions, the last slide for this. Again, what is the BSP commitment? To maintain the price stability and promote a sound financial system. And number 2, goals, achieve sustainable economic growth and enhance inclusions and strengthen the monetary policy. And the last one, future outlook, of course, continued adaptation to a global economic challenges and domestic. So this is my last slide. Thank you very much for listening and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.